Thank you, Art. In your consumer news this morning, some good news for drivers. Gas prices could continue to fall. AAA says the national average for a gallon of gas dipped 2 cents last week to $3.22. While still a decline, it's much slower than in recent weeks. Hurricane Francine caused temporary issues for oil production and refining on the Gulf Coast. AAA says it isn't uncommon for a slump during hurricane season, but the organization expects prices at the pump will continue to drop. Watching YouTube for free just got a little more time consuming. Now ads will play on the platform even when paused. YouTube says the update creates a less interruptive viewing experience for viewers. Many users aren't happy about the move, though, one calling it the most annoying feature yet. There is a way to avoid ads altogether through a YouTube Premium subscription that runs about $14 a month. And General Motors is recalling nearly 450,000 vehicles because they may not display a warning when the brake fluid is low. A recall issued by the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says without a warning light, people might continue to drive the impacted vehicles with low brake fluid. That could reduce braking performance and increase the risk for a crash. The recall covers some 2023 Chevy and GMC pickup trucks and some 2023 and 2024 Chevy, GMC, and Cadillac SUVs. Politics are colliding with the Federal Reserve's rate cut. For the first time in the Biden presidency, the Fed cut interest rates with less than 50 days before the election. Brian Abel reports on how the presidential candidates are reacting and using the cut.
After over 3 years of grappling with the economy crippled by COVID, Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris celebrating Wednesday's Federal Reserve interest rate cut. In a campaign statement, calling it welcome news. The timing of the cut, though, is leading her opponent, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, to question whether the Fed's move is a political one.
I guess it shows the economy is very bad to cut it by that much. Assuming they're not just playing politics, the economy would be very bad, or they're playing politics, one or the other. But it was a big cut.
Some experts and economists, however, dismissing those claims.
The job market's roughly where it should be. Inflation is getting back down to where it should be.
Look, if the Federal Reserve were trying to influence this election, trying to help Democrats, they would have cut rates 9 months ago.
President Joe Biden saying this about the Fed cut in a Thursday economic speech.
I think it's good news for consumers, and it means the cost of buying a home, a car, and so much more will be going down.
Only time will tell if voters will feel the impacts of leveling inflation and the rate cut, or if they'll believe it's political smoke and mirrors before casting ballots in November.
As much as people like to put the election on the Fed's shoulders, the Federal Reserve does what it does when it thinks it's possible to do it and when it thinks it needs to do it, not answering to any politicians.